Welcome back and welcome to Trend Wave. Nigerian media personality and ex-Big Brother housemate Uti Nwachukwu has explained why men have no business getting married before the age of 40. Uti, who is still single, shared his reasons during an interview with Nigerian television personality Toke Makinwa on a show called Toke Moment. According to Uti, it is best to take time to live life and weigh your options until you're ready to fully commit to a relationship. He also went out to say that is why I'm not married yet. I might be Kamala Harris's age when I decide to get married. I don't know. Until you're ready, I don't believe in monogamy when you're young, but there are exceptions to every rule. Do you understand? There are some people that monogamy would work for when they're young, but the average person, I've always said, I don't think any man has any business marrying before the age of 40. He now went on to say, to me, it doesn't make me right. Between 35 to 40, I will say 35 to 40. He didn't just talk about men alone. He also said he doesn't think any woman should get married before the age of 30. And that is what you can see. They say for women, apart from those that are afraid of their biological clock. But then again, how many children do women want these days? And please, there is technology these days too. I don't think any woman should be married before the age of 30. You have to experience single life and you have to weigh your options. And that is how Uti Nwachukwu feels. And we'll see definitely some of the reactions to this story because there have been so many reactions. Of course, to things like this, you definitely know that the social media space just goes a buzz. Now that one's from DB Natural. It says, it's how you all will just speak for everyone. Haba, or more make una they speak for yourself. Life has no formula. Let everyone do what works for them. That is according to DB Naturals. Now, this one is from the Food Network Nigeria too. It says, not only women get biological clock. Do you as a man want to be attending Parents Teachers Association meeting with walking stick or paying school fees with pension? TikTok says the clock. Tick, tick, what you have to do quick. Now, it takes us back to nursery rhymes. Now, let's take a look at more reactions to this story. KIC_KY4 says, there is no benefit in getting married as a man. Stay single and enjoy your life. That is according to Kick_KY4. Dorothy says, now why you go still the hustle at 70 to pay school fees when your mates don't retire and are chilling with their savings and children's money? That's according to Dorothy. More reactions to this story very quickly. And that one is from Lord Uzi. Lord Uzi says, oh, fornication till you're 40, waiting come remain for body at that age. He goes on to say 2 minutes, you're 55 with kids in JSS 1. That's Junior Secondary School 1. Wow, that's according to Lord Uzi. But we'll go on to our next story where a Twitter post has become a subject of controversy ever since it was posted by a popular Twitter doctor who is identified simply as the_bearded Shina. In the post, the medical doctor has appealed to well-meaning Nigerians to desist from hanging stethoscopes on their windscreens in a bid to disguise as medical practitioners. It says, well, a stethoscope, let me let you know that a stethoscope is an instrument that a doctor uses to listen to the heart and breathing. And this instrument consists of a small disc that's placed on the body, connected to a hollow tube with two pieces that the doctor plugs into his or her ears. Now, that's the post according to Bearded Shino. It says, Yahoo boys and G boys and G girls, please stop hanging stethoscopes on the front mirror of your cars. Please, we beg you. Stethoscopes are work tools for healthcare workers. They aren't articles of ostentation. You are misrepresenting us. Thanks. That's according to the bearded Dr. Shino. Well, we'll take a look at some of the reactions to this story. Quite interesting, I must tell you. That is from France77. Francis says, even as a healthcare worker, hanging those things in front of your car makes you prone to armed robbery and kidnappers attacks. They all think those tools are for aesthetics and fashion, and there he is laughing. More reactions to the story. Justice says, they are native doctors in the making. Wow, 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 wow. OBD says, many real doctors don't use it. You know they are doctors from appearance and conduct. Yet again, profiling. More reactions to this story. Bell says, in the first place, why do even health workers hang stethoscopes and word codes inside the car? They learned from them and to use it as an escape when police stop them. Alda Beeson says, same way you see a lot of criminals hang the emblem flag, in quotes, goes on to say, in quotes, gallant mopo on the indoor mirror of their cars. Nigerian Army, Nigerian Navy, police, na normal sticker for downfall drivers. Nigeria na real, anyhowness kind of country. And that is those are all the comments we can take on this story. Now, Brother Chino is telling us that, you know what, stop hanging stethoscopes in your car. It's not for aesthetics, it's not for decoration, it's something that makes them doctors. And people will also say, okay, what about lawyers that also hang, their wigs in their cars and all that kind of stuff? Olive Osage, I want to bring you into this story. First of all, what do you make of Brother Chino saying that people should stop hanging stethoscopes? I mean, if that's the best place for them to put it in their car, does it really have any reason to say that?
I think the target here is not just at doctors. I think the target is at internet fraudsters.
Yes,
that are making doctors look bad. And yes, they should stop putting stethoscope on their cars, because if an internet fraudster that is not an actual doctor, it's just like me driving tomorrow and putting a stethoscope on my rearview mirror.
Sticker.
Or somebody who's not a member of the press putting you're acting fraudulently. So if an internet fraudster is putting the stethoscope on their car, what they're saying is they're sort of making work harder for doctors. Now, typically, the police person who sees a doctor coming would have less issues to discuss with them, bring your papers and all that. All of that is reduced because you know that the doctor might be on call and somebody's life might be hanging on the balance if this doctor doesn't turn up at work early. But when the fraudulent person is doing this, what that means is they would then start to investigate every person. If you like, hang stethoscope or hang everything they are using to do surgery in your car, they will pack you and somebody's life is on the line. So I think I can see where
hanging a stethoscope, shouldn't stop the police from asking for your ID.
True.
If they want to go further.
True, very correct.
And which is it should be regular police work. Confirm that this person is actually a member of the press.
Until these fraudulent people start doing ID, that shows that fraudulent ID.
I know
what is ID? If you can put fake stethoscope.
But it also is because of the country that we live in. That's why we even have these type of people trying
typically they should just be able to scan your driver's license and find out all your details in systems that are more organized.
Please, let's not waste time. I want to talk about Uti Nwachukwu.
Yes, I'm itching to talk about that
and,
too.
His decision to get married in his 90s. Listen, and listen good. If you speak with people who got married, if you have friends, right? If you have older friends, I have a lot of them, who got married in their 40s or, maybe they're 45 and all of that. They will tell you and they will pull your ear and warn you that it is nothing to be proud of. Nobody, no man, no matter how much men try to paint it and make it seem like, it's women who are desperate for marriage. No man enjoys raising kids in his late 40s. No man wants to be doing school run when he's 48.
Maybe he doesn't want to have kids. Who
doesn't want to have kids?
Not everybody wants to have kids.
Nah, I mean, the whole picture generally, concerning marriage is you get married and you have kids.
It's changing. I know people who do not want to.
No, but that's not. But generally, we're not talking about the one that's changing. We're talking about what the picture is when you decide to get married. There's an expectation that there will be kids. No man enjoys that whole process when they're in their late 40s. And that's why it's always advisable. Yes, I understand that, some people get married really, really early and then they start to have issues because they got married too early and they start to discover themselves later. But the whole idea of getting married in your 40s, I do not agree with Uti Nwachukwu.
Okay.
One bit.
Can I take a different opinion? And mine would be more of, it's a thing, I can understand what Uti is trying to aim at, right? What he's trying to say is, you shouldn't get married until you discover yourself. Or I want to imagine, actually, that's what he means, that you shouldn't get married until you discover yourself. And sometimes it takes longer. What I know this year, I didn't know 10 years ago. Or the ways in which I understand myself, I probably didn't understand myself that way 10 years ago. So for me, I don't think that there's really any age barrier, any age limit. I would say that people should discover themselves. Know yourself first before you get married. What do you like? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What are your values? What are things that matter to you? What are the things that you need? What is the kind of home that you want? Until you're able to answer these questions, you maybe do not have
and you know what's quite interesting?
is there an age that you expect that you will know yourself? If you don't know yourself at 40, do you think you know yourself at 50?
This actually makes me say something. The narrative that's been pushed recently is that there's no lady that even has a business getting married before 30. That the woman you are at 20 is different from the woman you are at 30, and so on and so
same
forth.
way the one you are at 40 is different. And same thing, you're different at 60. But the question is, when is a much safer time to get married? And I understand that people will mature at different ages. But I personally feel that it's a lot better if you do it earlier. And I'm not saying earlier when you're 18 or 20 or when you're 25. I would rather stick around between 30 and 35, for a man to get married, because you want to get done with childbirth. Same thing with your wife. I'm not just talking about the man now.
This pressure is getting worse.
Yes.
You know what? I think we should continue this argument outside the studio, because I have certain...
And your genitals are not the same thing when you're 30 as they are when you're 45.
You said that on
all right.
TV.
You will not have the same... You will not have the same,
You feel very strongly about this, but
I'm not
you
an
know...
ancestor.
Just saying.
Speaking as an ancestor.
I'm not an ancestor. I'm not even 40 yet. But you will not have the same penis that you had
But
when you were 25.
why are you not married, Otaoge?
When you're 45.
Why aren't you married?
News Central. Thank you very much, Elizabeth Musa. See you outside the studio. Otaoge, let's meet outside the studio and continue this argument.